Alright, Joe, what up? Quick update for the day. Basically, it is Friday, and because I have a surgery tomorrow, I have to prepare for that. And due to that, I'm a little bit disabled in the sense that I'm not able to work as I would normally work. And so, one of the main things that I have to do right now by the end of the day, got about like 6 hours because my day's like never gonna end in the sense that I can't actually go to sleep due to the implications of the surgery. So what it's looking like is basically I'm gonna try to get out like 3 videos. That way I can post every single day until like Sunday end. And then Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, I'm just gonna like record some shit on my phone and just like handheld, whatever the fuck, just post some bullshit. And then after that, it's gonna be on Tuesday. Oh man, I can't wait. It's gonna be insane because I'm gonna cook up a bunch of different I already have locations set in which I can film. Then I also have a couple green screen sort of setups and like AI sort of locations and backgrounds that make me look a lot more attractive to the type of buyer that I'm trying to appease to or that I'm trying to appease. And basically that's the plan. Quick update for the day. I'm not going to make it longer than it has to be. The overall point is the same as always. We all know what to do. I know it's relatively simple for me to have an external outreach system and then also just do the same shit again and again and again. We have the business side, we have the marketing of the business, which is the content. That's life. Super, super simple. I'm not going to complicate it. However, one thing that I do need to focus on is trying to come up with an exact way to make myself unique and stand out with the rest of the market. Because the overall understanding of the rest of the market is there is no unique mechanism. It's just get an IG, fucking send people to your DMs. Oh my god, they answer your DMs, and then they fucking some of them book a call, and then from the booked call they end up buying. Like what is that? And then like, oh, add some paid ads to it. Maybe even have an organic YouTube channel that you funnel people from into a landing page or like VSL call funnel. Like, bro, it's so dense. Like, there's no, it's too simple. And if I want to win, I need some sort of uniqueness to that entire funnel. I need not to be like a unicorn or like be like, I need something that separates me. In terms of my content, I do have that thing, which is I can do very good Indian accent, so well, I need to prime it. I need to speak in different languages and then I can make it come out a lot more. That I speak in Indian languages and then I have to prime the Indian accent. I'm gonna start abusing that in my videos to get people to focus on it. And that is essentially where the view baiting comes in because I'm gonna focus very hard on the vanity metrics. Really, the move is go hard on the vanity metrics and then prune out my overall audience after I end up hitting like 5 figures of followers. I prune the followers, and what I mean by that is I basically get rid of all the people that aren't buyers after I've already reached the vanity metrics that I need. And not only that, but I'm gonna have a lot of philosophical content that is more specifically directed to anybody that comes across it. Whereas on the technical concepts, I need to be better at uh, deciding or eliminating viewers. I want to make the concepts that I talk about super super complex so that the level of viewer that I'm not that I am targeting is exactly who I can see, and I deter away everyone else that is not going to probably be a buyer for me. That is what the strategy is. I need to figure out that unique selling proposition and frame more content around it, or that unique mechanism that I use to solve the overall problems. Because when it comes to creating content with the overall media company that I have, which is there's only 3 main problems that we help with, which is either you're struggling with the time that is required to make the content, meaning you're not making it fast enough, either you're not able to get the views, or maybe you're not able to convert the views and the traffic to clients. And it's like, it's such a simple problem with simple solutions. But the thing is, how can I add my own uniqueness to the solution? And that question is what requires a lot of thought. And maybe even just due to this overall video that I'm recording right now, I might have answered the question. I might have actually just came up with the overall strategy that I'm going to use with my clients more formally versus just doing more simple stuff, which is the strategy of mass attacking views with a bunch of crazy random shit that you don't actually want to be your image because it doesn't reflect on the level of buyer that you're willing to attract. And then you fully do a 180 and switch up the content. And then that sounds so retarded, to be honest. It sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but I'll test it out myself and see whether or not that's a viable strategy for long term, in the sense that like 1 to 2 years, if somebody can pull such a gambit, whether or not that's actually yielding positive returns. And then the next thing that would be the move is Instagram now has had some changes that make it a lot more similar to YouTube, in the sense that the overall algorithm can specifically detect exactly what you're saying in the video. And not only that, but it also detects the visuals, and it can exactly target the specific person that you're trying to actually find. And YouTube does a very good job at that, which is why YouTube people draw the parallel over from YouTube organic to paid ads, because they're like, okay, if you talk to a specific person, you imagine a specific person, you talk about the problems of a specific person, you frame that in your thumbnail and your title, it's like that is the person that's going to actually end up clicking on your video. And regardless of the fact that even if you have lower views on a YouTube video, like maybe even 150, 200 views, then you're still going to be able to attract that ideal buyer, that ICP. And it's like, that's what makes YouTube so strong. But now that has come over to Instagram, thus making the only issue with Instagram when it comes to conversion the fact that people can't watch you for the required, whatever, 7 hours that is estimatedly, according to science or some random guy on a podcast, who knows where that started. But it's like, people need to watch you for 7 hours before they actually end up feeling confident enough to trust you and buy from you. I don't think that's true 100%, because it varies across different people. I think even like 7 to 10 minutes, if somebody watches someone, then they can feel compelled enough to buy from them. But I think the newer move is not to just transfer people over to YouTube. It's a lot easier to just push, now that you can make 20-minute videos on Instagram, to just use that to convert people. Because if someone watches you for 7 to 10 minutes, it's like you have more than enough time to hit them with like a fucking double VSL fucking video asset that gives them a shit ton of information based on specific things that they're dealing with. And it's like, it's so easy to give them the solution to what they need, you know? So it's like, that's the update for the day. That's where my mind is at. And I honestly love this as a journal. God dang, this was beautiful. Because man, I would have never been able to just think about this if I didn't think out loud and put it into words. Because this, especially the USP that came out as a strategy, wow, I'm gonna probably watch this back. That's actually brilliant. And it probably doesn't mean much to, I don't know how much that means to you. I don't even know what you're thinking of, but overall, man, I wish you the best with whatever it is that you're up to. And with that being said, I hope that you are able to get some sort of inspiration or some sort of something out of this. I am trying my best to chase my goals. I've tried really hard in my life. I failed for several years, like 6-7 years. I feel like I've performed at a level that's below my potential. But independent of my own experiences, I think the most important thing that I can do is show you the right way to do things, and show you really the light that you have inside yourself in terms of what you're capable of doing and using your gifts, and not actually falling below your capacity. And the way I do that is by filming my every single day life. And then eventually I'm going to be on maybe day 300, maybe it's day 100, maybe it's day 1000, that I'm going to drop the video in which I end up reaching not only my goals, but or like 100K or something like that, but it's going to be that, and or like way beyond that. Maybe we're even cracking $1 million months. We're cracking everything, you know. With that being said, peace.